Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here again at T. Roy Cooks for another Thursday chat with Troy. Cheers to you. I appreciate you joining us. This is episode 4, and I thought I would just answer some questions straight from episode 2. So I got it here. Look up on my laptop. Let's get down to it, y'all. And again, check the description box below. Hit show more below the video, and it'll open up that description box. A lot of links in there. Y'all check it out. First question from Ben's Barbecue. My good friend, he's got his own cooking channel, Ben's Barbecue. He says, fantastic video again, Troy. The question is, are you a butcher? No, Ben, I'm not a butcher, man. I do play one on TV, though. That's a good one, right? I just learned just by cutting into my finger, man, and knowing that ain't the right way to cut. So, no, I'm not a professional at that by any means, so just live and learn, man. Let's see what else we got here. And I'm just going to try to go through these. Let's see. Oh, my buddy Keith Bettag. Y'all check out Keith Bettag's channel. Another one of my YouTube brothers. Says, is there a meat or seafood that you have not cooked yet, but you would like to if given the opportunity? And he says, yeah, this does include wild and exotic game. Yeah, Keith. I do love seafood, but I'd have to say I would love to try cooking some elk. I went and visited Colorado, and I really loved the elk. I've had bison. I've had all the Wagyus and Kobe's and all that. That's regular beef, but and I've had venison. I've had rabbit, squirrel, turtle. I've had all of that good stuff, man. I grew up in Louisiana, around Baton Rouge, as many of you know. But elk, I really like the flavor of elk. So yeah, I would like to have some elk meat and do something with that. That would be really nice. Frog leg's pretty good too. I got a video on that. See what else we got. And y'all just bear with me. I'm trying to read through these as quick as I can. Let's see here. Pavi, the Pavi Project, another YouTuber. Hey Pavi. She asked if I would show my man cave. I'm afraid that's not going to happen. That's my own private space. I've got to keep some stuff private, just for personal reasons. I'm not going to show you my man cave, but thanks for asking, Pavi. Tell Ron to say hey. Let me see. This is from Tim Martinez. Love your channel. My question is, I'd like to start my own channel. You're currently around 38,000 subscribers. And at what point did your channel finally take off? And how long did it take? Well, I remember it's kind of strange. It took me forever to get like 500 subs. Probably a year, and then another 6 months I was up to like 1,000 or 1,500. I remember I was about 2 years into it when I started working with Low Bells, and at that point, that was almost 2 years ago exactly this month. So I was at 6,000 at that point, and it takes time. But I noticed the more subscribers that I get, the faster the numbers increase. And I'm not a huge numbers guy. I don't really look at the numbers. Don't give giveaways and all that stuff trying to promote more viewers. I like doing what I do. If something's really good and I really love it, I'll put it on my channel, and hopefully each of you guys like that. And I think that's why I've got the subs that are just continuing to increase. I try to give what I know, my knowledge and my tips and tricks that I've learned through the years. But it's just one of these things. Just stick with it. If you seriously want to do it, make sure it's something that you love doing, because it is a lot of work. I'll probably spend 3 hours a day answering comments, and that's just on YouTube. That's not social media. So just know ahead of time if you're going to get into it. You can start off easy with a cell phone, your iPhone or whatever, and I would say get you a good mic. When you start getting some subs, you start making a little bit of money off of YouTube. Invest that money into your channel, and you can start getting better microphones, better cameras, that kind of thing. But if it's a joy of love like it is for me, Stick with it. You'll be successful at it. You'll have your followers, your own little community, just like I've got each of you guys. I seriously appreciate each and every one of you that follow me. And thank you for all of your kind words, your comments, your suggestions, your questions. It's a great community, and I love it. Let's see what else we got. Big Chris, my buddy in Arkansas. What's that, brother? BK Perry. He's asking me. It's getting fall now. You know, it's October 2016. He says, now that it's cooling off a little bit, do you prefer a good chili or a good soup recipe in the fall? Well, second follow-up question to that. What's your hands down all-time favorite soup? All right, so 2 questions there from BK. Big Chris. Woo. Let's see. I much prefer chili over soup. I love a good chili, and I like my chili with beans in it. That's how I grew up. That's how I was raised in Louisiana. I know I'm here in Texas now, and beans are taboo, but I do use beans in my chili. I love it. I like a good beef chili. Sometimes I use cubed beef. Sometimes I just use ground beef, but I love chili. And in fact, I will put up here a link to my favorite chili recipe that I did. It's a fantastic recipe. If you haven't tried it yet, check it out. Really, really good. As far as a soup, my favorite soup, I'm going to classify chowders and soups in kind of the same thing, and that goes for gumbos too. They're all close. They're all cousins. They're all family there. I love a good seafood gumbo. I love a good chicken and andouille gumbo. Sometimes I mix chicken and seafood, which is, again, taboo in Louisiana, but I do it because I like it. Karen likes it. But I just got to say, as far as a soup goes, my favorite, and again, it's not really a soup. It's a clam chowder. I love clam chowder. For some reason, I just love it. It's good stuff. I need to make some one of these days, too, for you. I haven't done that on video. I need to make a clam chowder. Y'all remind me. So thanks for the question, BK. Hey, Chris. Smoky Ribs up in here, not answering me questions, but Smoky Ribs comment. I appreciate you, Russ. Let's see here. My buddy Elton's barbecue pit over in Norway. Notice the hat. My buddy Elton gave that to me. You're going to check out his channel. Again, all these people I'm mentioning, if they've got a YouTube channel, check out the links below in the description box. You can find their channels there, folks. In fact, it's Elton's barbecue pit, but his real name is Jatil. I think that's how you say it. I apologize if I'm miscommunicating that, your name there. I apologize. Let's see what else we have here. People like the content. Don't worry about the 10, 20, or even 30-minute videos. I appreciate that. Thanks, Altair. Let's see here. Man, if y'all don't go through and check out these comments on my videos, y'all should. It's like a community. Seriously, it is. And if somebody starts bashing me, I love it, because somebody in my group, somebody in that community is going to bash right back at that person too. It's usually an outsider that's just trying to stir up some crap. I appreciate every one of you that do that for me, and you guys even answer it before I do. That's wonderful. No Hippie Barbecue. My buddy Lyle, man. Yep. Lyle, you need to check out those Umai bags, bro. That's good stuff for dry aging. Tom's Test Kitchen. Y'all go check out Tom, my buddy Tom. He lives like 10 minutes from me too, man. Tom, we need to hook up, bro. We need to do another collab video. Still looking. Aha, question. From Rick Short. Let's see. T-Roy Thursdays. Love it. Please keep them coming. Alright. Just want to ask if you've ever tried cooking on a pellet smoker like a Traeger. He said he loves all the food that comes off of his. He's owned a Traeger for 2.5 years and it's never let him down. Rick, I used to have a neighbor that had a Traeger, in fact. And he would cook. We'd swap food over the fence, and sometimes sit out in each other's backyards and just chill out and have a great time. So I have eaten meat cooked on a Traeger, but I personally have never cooked on one myself. I would think that they're similar in flavor to like the Weber Smoky Mountain or even the Kamado Joe. I mean, you've got the pellets are creating that smoke and also a little heat. You know, I mean, you've got the burner in there, but it's mainly the pellets with the smoke, which is the same idea of putting wood chunks or wood chips in your barbecue pit or on your smoker. Same thing. If you like the Traeger, that's cool, man. I've never used one, so I can't honestly say, but I have tasted the meat on it, and it is good. It's not as good as my Yoder Smokers Wichita, my offset. That by bounds, man, just far down the road, man. That thing is, it'll blow out the water, the flavor of the meat compared to any of the other smokers that I've ever cooked on. I love my Yoder's Wichita, man. Love it. Yoder Smokers Wichita. A lot of times you get what you pay for, and I love it. Let's see here. Matt Covington. Yeah, Matt's got some really good questions here. Let me see what he's got here today. Let me click read more. See what he says. Favorite charcoal? I think you'll say Kingsford Blue. Yeah, I like Kingsford Blue. That's what Weber actually suggests to use, so that's what I use, and I do like it. I think it lasts a long time. I like to use, he's asking about lump or briquettes. I use briquettes in my Weber Smoky Mountain because the briquettes burn at a lower temp than lump. If I'm using my Kamado Joe and I want to sear a steak or something else, cook at higher temps like 400 degrees plus, I'll use lump charcoal. In fact, I use lump charcoal exclusively in my Kamado Joe. But I find that to keep my Kamado Joe at really low temps, the lump it almost like smolders and produces a lot more smoke than what I would want. So I'm still working that out. Still learning my Kamado Joe. But the lump actually burns hotter than briquettes. That's my findings anyway. Let's see what we got here. Christopher Brown. Here's a rib-related question for you to answer, Troy. How often have you thought about cooking ribs made from exotic beef-related items like Wagyu or venison, bison? And why no love to the barbecue pit boys on the links from the previous episode? Well, I do like the barbecue pit boys. They've got some fantastic videos, but they don't need my help. You know, I'm small potatoes compared to them. But I do watch them. They're funny, man. I love those guys. As far as the ribs, yeah, man, I'd love to try some. I've tried Wagyu, I believe, from Lobel's, of course. But yeah, I'd like to try some venison, some bison ribs, elk ribs, you know, that kind of thing. I love ribs, man. I do. Whether it be pork or beef or some other exotic game, I'm your guy. I love that stuff. Ribs are good eating. Let's see how far we get over here. Let's see what else we got, folks. Y'all hang on. Bear with me. Hang on. Oh, time for y'all go get your beer. Cheers to you. Daddy Cooks. Where you at, Phil? Daddy Cooks, man. Y'all go check out Daddy Cooks. Great guy. He's always got the big old giant mug of some nice adult beverages. He's funny too, man. All right, let's see. John Doro got a question. Said, I know Greg over Ballistic Barbecue is the expert on hamburgers, but he wants to know how I do a hamburger. I've actually done a video recently for Lobel's, in fact, showing you how I cook a hamburger using their ground meat. Excuse me. I like to grind my own meat for hamburgers. It has a lot better flavor to me and a lot better texture. So if I feel like pulling out my grinder, I'll grind up some ground beef. What I usually like to do is grind up some steaks, like a ribeye or strip loin, even some sirloin maybe. Brisket makes a wonderful hamburger too. So just try different combinations of meats It's good stuff. But I'll put a link if you need to. I'll put a link up here for that video I did showing you how I did the Lobel's burgers. Let me see. Ali G. Ha! Ali G. Yo, Troy, do you ever use a water bowl in your Yoder as recommended by Franklin's Barbecue? Keep up the good work. Yes, I do. I always, when I'm doing a brisket, not always, but most of the time, if I'm doing a brisket on my Yoder Wichita, I will have a stainless steel pan. You know, it's probably a 12-inch pan, you know, and I'll fill that thing up with water. I'll stick it on the firebox end and put my brisket over towards the middle or the left third of the cooking chamber towards the smokestack. So yeah, I do. I like, and I actually do get a good bark. I mean, I just talked about this on my last episode about how to form a good bark on your barbecue. So y'all check that out if you hadn't already. But yeah, moisture, a humid environment, that helps create a nice bark. Not too much. I mean, you know, but a little bit of humidity in there, it's good stuff. And that's also why I use water in my water pan on my Weber Smoky Mountain. Okay? Appreciate the question there, Ali G. Let's see. LeSabre 1972. I like the longer vids. I'd rather watch this than TV. Well, thank you very much. And thanks to your family, too. She says her family is always watching stuff. I'm assuming it's a she. Forgive me if you're a guy. But, yeah, LeSabre, you've been around for a while following me. I appreciate the support. So much love to you and your family. She didn't have a question though. She was just talking to me. No. Watching the videos. All right. Question from Charles Mosley. What is your preferred wood for smoking ribs? For beef ribs, I would say pecan wood and oak. We have post oak here in Central Texas. Post oak really does a great job. And I just think that pecan wood and beef just go hand in hand. As for pork ribs, you know, the St. Louis and baby backs, a lot of times I'll use pecan, and oak is pretty good too. But sometimes I'll mix one of those two woods with a fruit wood. Let's say like apple wood or even a cherry wood. Or peach. I mean, peach is wonderful also. In fact, one of my subscribers sent me some apple wood. I need to check it out. I'll be doing a cook on it soon, hopefully. And I love cherry wood. Cherry wood gives a nice, like a mahogany type color to your meat too. And I think peach wood also does something real similar to with that darker color. Yeah, I think so. Peach wood's good stuff, man. Wish I had that locally here. Let's see what else we got. Getting a lot of compliments. People are loving this Q&A. Yep. Let me see here. I love doing these too, folks. I seriously, I enjoy. I would rather sit here and talk to you and answer your question like this than just type it out. I mean, it's more. I feel like it's more of a more contact with you. You know, if you ask me a question and I'm sitting here staring you down in the face like this through your TV or through your computer screen, through my camera, I'm talking to you. It's a lot better than just reading words that I've typed. And I do answer all of my comments. That's me answering. I don't have anybody else doing it. It's me. So this is more personal. I like this personal for our whole community here. Just being more personal with the people that follow me, and I like that interaction. So to me, this is a lot preferable than just responding to comments. So please do keep your questions coming. Leave them down in the comments below. I appreciate it. Let's see. TNT Barbecue. My brother, TNT Barbecue. Y'all can check him out. He got some great videos too. And let me see. He says loves the videos. Yeah, he's trying to. He says I help him step up his game, bro. You don't need no help stepping up your game. I've seen your cooks, man. Oh, brother, I appreciate it though. He asks, when I do a brisket cook, do I cook according to the temperature or until the probe goes through the meat like butter? I usually do it by the probe, the how tender the meat is, and I do like to make sure that it's cooked so that when I'm sticking a probe or a toothpick or a skewer or anything like that into the meat to test for tenderness, it goes through the meat like it would go through room temperature butter. Okay, it's just really super soft. Temperature wise, I know that's going to occur somewhere usually around 198 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit internal temperature. So once it starts getting around 198 to 200 degrees, I'll start probing it with the meat probe or whatever, skewer or whatever. But sometimes it's not done. I actually had a brisket that was not as tender as I like until it got to about 220 degrees Fahrenheit. But I always check it and pull it when it goes through like butter when I'm probing it. That's my sure sign that it's done. Okay, so that's always check that. If you haven't been doing that, you've just been cooking by temp, use that probe method and see when it goes through it like melted butter, it's done. It's good. If it's still got a little resistance, that's okay, but if it's still got some pretty good resistance, keep cooking it. Dave Tianin, I think is how you say his name. Dave, sorry if I messed up your last name. I apologize. Let's see. He says it would be most helpful when you go to fire up the WSM to say how much charcoal you are initially loading into the WSM. And he's got some more. Let me open this up, see if he's got anything else. Oh, he's telling me he did a beer can chicken. Cool, man. I don't count the number of charcoals. I usually get an 18-pound bag of charcoal. It's Kingsford Blue, the blue and white and red bag. If I'm doing something that's going to be like a 6-hour cook, like pork ribs, I just did, I'll use like half of a bag. If I'm doing a longer cook, longer than 6 hours, like I'm doing a pork butt or a brisket, I'll throw the whole bag in there, all 18 pounds. But again, I've got the 22.5 inch. If you've got the 18.5 inch or the smaller ones, then use less. But that's what I use. I've got the 22.5 inch. So again, I don't measure the charcoal. I just dump it in, let it go. When I'm done cooking, I close all the vents, both bottom and top. That'll smother out the charcoal, and you can reuse the leftover charcoal that you didn't burn. It works fabulously, man. That's so, Dave. I'm sorry if I didn't quite answer your question, but that's how I do it. I don't count charcoal briquettes. Aha! My buddy Paul's Barbecue. Y'all go check out his channel too. Again, links down below in the description box. Click show more below the video to get to the links. Paul, my buddy Paul, where you at there, brother? He says, what are your favorite barbecue sides? I like a good coleslaw. I love potato salad. Man, yeah, I've got a potato salad video, man. That's good stuff. I like hot German potato salad too, okay? What else? Baked beans. I like my own homemade baked beans. And a lot of this stuff I'm mentioning, I've done videos on if you want to search my channel for it. What else? Sides. I like macaroni and cheese. I like smoked macaroni and cheese. My brother Moonshine over at Moonshine's Roadhouse, he's still down there in Louisiana. I think he's got a video up doing some smoked mac and cheese that he made. So it's good stuff too, y'all. Check out his channel, Moonshine's Roadhouse. Love you, Sean. So Paul, thanks for the question. See what else we got here. Ooh, I got acorns falling. So I'm with you, Mr. Smoky Goodness. Dan, I'm sorry. Dan was complaining the other day about he's got leaves falling, he's got acorns falling, bumping him in the head and stuff. I feel your pain, man. I got acorns all over the place around here. They get in my pool too, that's a mess. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Man, you guys leave some wonderful, wonderful comments. I can't thank you enough for all of the wonderful comments. I'm so grateful to each of you. Jonathan Havens. Jonathan asks, how can you prevent from getting a soggy bark on your Boston butt? He's got a Weber Smoky Mountain, and sometimes he does get a soggy bark. I just answered that on my previous video, the previous episode for questions and answers. I answered how you actually get good bark on your barbecue. So please check out that episode. I think it's episode 3. And I can tell you real quick though, you're cooking in too moist of an environment. Either you're putting too much sauce or too much water in your cooking environment. It's too humid, or you're spritzing it too much. Too much water is going to hinder your barbecue, your bark. So let the rub dry out on top of the meat. When it starts drying out, that's when you get that nice bark. Okay, so and I'm going to try doing some of that for you on video on some of my future cooks. I need to get some wood from my offset, my Yoder Smokers Wichita. But when I get some wood, I'm going to do some of that for you. We're going to check it out together. We'll learn together. So Jonathan, thanks for the question, buddy. Lurch 400 block. He says he wants me to trade out my Bush beer here. He wants me to trade out my Bush beer here for some Lone Star or Shiner Bock. I happen to like both Lone Star and Shiner Bock, so I do buy them occasionally, and you'll see me using some of that sometime, drinking some of it. It's good stuff. White Thunder Barbecue. Another wonderful friend of mine. Let's see here what he says. He's got some good videos too. Y'all can check him out. White Thunder Barbecue. Appreciate the question here. He says he's wondering, he's just curious why I shoot higher than 30 frames a second. I always shoot, well, I have for like the last couple of years. I've been shooting at 60 frames per second. I just like the way that the color saturation is with it. I like the more detailed video quality. 60 frames a second catches twice the amount of information on the video than 30 frames a second. I just think it looks better. I've even had people tell me that with the right monitor or right television, it almost looks 3D. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I shoot 60 frames a second, and I love it. What else do we have here? Let's see. Alright, let's see. Bookum Dano. Where you at, Dano? Oh, Hawaii 5-0. That was a good show, wasn't it? Let's see. Bookum Dano. I like it, man. I love it. Hey, T-Roy, what's your favorite cut of steak? He says, mine is a nice thick ribeye or T-bone. I gotta say, hands down, a good thick ribeye. That is my favorite cut. I love bone-in ribeye the best. I usually get it about 1 3/4 inches thick, and I like to do a reverse sear on it. You know, put it over indirect and let it cook until it gets to about 115 or so Fahrenheit internal, and then I'll pull it, crank my grill up, and I'll cook it the rest of the way by searing it directly over the heat until it gets to the desired temp. You know, for me, I like mine like a medium, rare to medium. And for Karen, she likes a more well done, medium, well to well done. So just cook it the way you like it. Everybody likes their steaks differently. Bone-in ribeye. It's my favorite. Appreciate the question there, Mr. Bookum Dano. Let's see. How do you store and organize your video footage? And this is from Justin, Baby Back Maniac. He's up there in the Dallas area, so he's not too far from me. We need to do a collab too, buddy. Justin, man, he's got some great videos. Y'all go check him out. Again, the links are down below in the description. But he's asking about how I store and organize my video footage. Justin, I built my own computer, and when one of my hard drives gets full, I'll just take it out. I'll drop in a new hard drive. And I usually use Windows, so I'm only using 2 terabyte hard drives, and that's plenty big enough. I mean, I can usually go a year year and a half with a 2 terabyte drive, and I've actually got either 4 or 5 2 terabyte drives in my computer, so I got plenty of space. And when one runs out, take it out, put in another one, I'm good to go, and I just hang on to those. And if I need something off of them, you know, I'll jot down what's on the disc, you know, what videos I have on there, and organize them, and just kind of keep them off to the side so that they don't get messed up or anything. And if I need anything off of them, I'll just hook it back into the motherboard, pull my data off, and I'm good to go. George Maurice. George is really liking these videos. George, I appreciate you, man. Winfred Steele. Winfred, you've been around a long time. I appreciate you. Let's see, old Chevy, 11/21/1947. Yeah, we answered your question last week, Chevy. Or maybe 2 weeks ago. I forget. Let's see. He wants me to do like a pot roast on the grill, like you would do in a crock pot. I'll do that. I'll do that for you one day. Appreciate the suggestion. I get a lot of great suggestions too. You know, it's I haven't run into the point yet where a lot of the YouTubers do, where you kind of run out of ideas, things to try that are new. You know, so I haven't hit that hurdle yet. I haven't run into that yet, and a lot of it has to do with each of you. You give me great content, great inspiration, great recipes, great ideas for recipes, so keep them coming. I appreciate it. It really helps me out a lot. Let's see. Catch 'em smoking. No, catch 'em smoke 'em, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a newcomer. If y'all want to check out a great channel, Catch 'em smoke 'em. Check the links below. Let's see. Let's see if he's got a question here. I think he's just thanking me for all the good work that I do. I've inspired him. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Mike Barger. Hey, Mike. Hope you have a safe trip, man. Says he's been out traveling and he's keeping himself occupied watching some of my videos. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see. I think I got a few more here. Lester Benz. He says he loves the Norway hat. Is there a backstory? This Norway hat. Yeah, man. I actually love this hat. It was given to me. I mentioned his channel earlier. He's on YouTube. He's got his own barbecue thing going. He lives in Norway. His name is Jatil, and he has Elton's barbecue pit. He's been a long time subscriber of mine, and we've chit-chatted back and forth over the last year. I mean, he's always sending me great pictures and telling me what he's got going on, and we just, you know, we keep each other upbeat, and he's a great friend. Been a friend a long time. But he decided to send me a care package from Norway. I've never been there, so he sent me this hat, and he also sent me some salt, some sea salt from the Arctic Circle, which I'm excited to try. I still haven't tried it yet, but I will be trying it, and I'll do it on video for you. So that's the story behind it. Just a really good friend from Norway, Jatil, and he just decided to surprise me with some gifts, a little care package from Norway. I loved it. See what else we got here. Bram Kemp. He's got a question. Let's see, Bram. He wants to buy an offset smoker. He's already got a Weber Smoky Mountain, but he wants an offset smoker. Yeah, I do have the Yoder Smokers Wichita. Oh, he's in Holland, and he doesn't think he can get the smokers we have here in the U.S. You know, Bram, just find you a good pipe welder and get you like an old hot water heater, or even like a keg. You know, find you an old keg, man, and make a smoker out of that. There are a lot of great designs out on the internet for building your own smokers. check them out. Do some research on that, and if you can find the ingredients, not the ingredients, if you can find the materials there in Holland and find you a good welder, that will probably be your best bet. You know, honestly. The Weber Smoky Mountain's fabulous, though. I love mine, and it will produce some great meat. But again, as I've said before, you just can't beat the flavor of the meat that's cooked on an offset using split wood. It just doesn't compare. Much better than the Weber or the Kamado type cookers, in my opinion. But each cooker has its place. You know, each one does its own thing and does it well. So yeah, just try a local welder brand, and also check out some on the internet. You know, see if you can find some instructions on some plans on how to build your own smoker. Dark Charisma, how do you feel about sous vide and other cooking mediums? I've had sous vide, actually, when I went to see my buddy John at Big Meat Sunday. Great channel. Y'all go check him out. So sous vide is great, and the meat does come out extremely tender. That's doing a water bath. I've also had, and I think some restaurants do this, it's a butter bath. So it's like a sous vide using butter that's kept warm at a certain temperature, and you put your steak in it, and when the customer orders the steak out on the floor, you know, the restaurant, pull the steak out of the butter and pop it on the grill and let that baby grill up real nice and finish cooking the rest of the way. I think that the butter method would be my preferred method. I mean, look at me, you know. I love butter, love the flavor of it. And I haven't done it myself yet because I like grilling. But yeah, I may get to it someday. You know, I've had it. It's good. Booger 500 US. Oh, Booger, you're so sweet. Oh man. I hope Minnie Boog's doing good. Can't wait to see her on video again. Hopefully around Christmas, I think you said. And Tom, her husband Tom, we're good friends. They're down in Florida. Booger has her own channel, Booger 500 US. Y'all go check her out. She's got some great content as well, and she is funny. Woo! Love you, Booger. Let's see. Heavy Metal Barbecue. Heavy Metal Barbecue got his own channel. He does great work as well. He was asking if I've got any new coming, you know, up and coming, low subscriber count channels that I watch. There are some, and I'll go through every once in a while and mention them in some of my videos. And honestly, I don't have a lot of time to watch other people's channels. I try to, but I'm really pretty busy. But when I do find a great video that I like, I will subscribe to that channel, and I will keep tabs, and they come through my feed telling me that they've got a new video up, so I do watch them. A lot of times I'll watch and not comment. I mentioned one earlier, Catch 'em, Smoke 'em, I believe it is. Heavy Metal, you got some great videos too, brother. Really good stuff. Aim 'em and Claim 'em, Smokers, right down the road from me down here in South Texas, or South Austin actually. Cooking with Surfing Sapo, my buddy Surfing Sapo down in Corpus. Tom's Test Kitchen, mentioned him a while ago. Tom's actually not a small channel though. Tom's got some nice subs. Anyway, I'll just mention some throughout some of my future videos, just to let y'all know that I watch them, and I hope that you would also. There's some great content out there. Y'all check them out yourself. You know, just because somebody doesn't have very many videos out, or if they don't have a higher subscriber count, that doesn't mean they're not good. A lot of times, that's true cooking. You know, they're just doing it because they love it. They love cooking, and they're trying to share what they do and let others feel the love. You know, and that's how I started also. You know, I've actually had this question, and I haven't answered it on video, and it's been asked a few times. Why did I start making videos? I started making videos because my son was moving out of the house for the first time, and growing up, we'd always cooked. Karen and I'd always cooked his meals for him. He'd never cooked. So he wanted to be able to cook those family meals that he'd been growing up with on the road, you know, when he was out in his own place. So I started making videos and putting them up on YouTube so that he would have a place to go and watch how we made our own home cooked meals that he grew up on. That's how I got started. And you know, after 6 months, 8 months or so, I was like, man, I really do like this. This is actually fun. It's a nice hobby. You know, so I kept doing it. And eventually started having people watch and comment and subscribe and give me the thumbs up and all that good stuff. And that's how we formed this interaction, this community, as I say. It is one large, huge community, and I've also met some fabulous YouTubers that do the same thing. And I really do love each and every one of you that are out there, not just my subscribers, but also the other YouTubers that get out there, put their face on the camera, and do their own style of cooking. Everybody does their own thing. It's wonderful, and it's fun. So that's how I got started. I think this is probably going on long enough. I need to go cook some dinner. We're doing some hamburger steaks for Karen tonight. So I'm not going to do a video on it, but it's going to be great. Appreciate y'all sticking around again. I'm glad y'all like these videos. I sure do enjoy doing it. And y'all are very generous to allow me into your homes and sit there with your families watching me just have fun. I love doing this, and I'm glad each of you love watching me. And I'm glad that I can inspire you to do your own cooks too. I love that. I've never been a real teacher in the sense of a formal teacher, but I love teaching. I love sharing my knowledge and how I do things. And hopefully it does inspire you and help you with your cooks and your knowledge around cooking. So again, if y'all enjoy this, y'all please leave me some comments, let me know, give me some feedback on it. Y'all give me thumbs up. And if y'all do like this video, I hope you share the video. And when you do share it, please tell all your friends that T. Roy cooks responsibly. Cheers, everybody.